You know, you won't believe what this little donkey went through. From the dusty, despair-filled streets of Tijuana to the peaceful, hope-filled farms right here in York, Pennsylvania, Hermon's story is one you absolutely won't forget. It's a journey of survival, resilience, and ultimately a triumph of spirit over unimaginable hardship. Hermon, a small and sturdy Maltese show donkey with a thick, shaggy coat the color of dusty wheat, had the misfortune of living in the bustling, often merciless border town of Tijuana, Mexico. His young life was anything but idyllic. Instead, his days were a relentless cycle dictated by the raucous sounds of hordes of tourists and the demeaning music that accompanied the infamous donkey show, where he was cruelly forced to perform. This wasn't some innocent animal act. No, it was a tawdry, deeply disturbing spectacle where Hermon was forced into despicable acts. He was made to work intimately with human women who not only mistreated him with callous disregard, but actively took advantage of his gentle and trusting nature for the cheap thrills of the onlookers. The atmosphere in that dimly lit, poorly ventilated venue was always thick with a palpable sense of desperation, mingling with the pungent smell of stale beer and the sour stench of exploitation. The tourists, often drunk and rowdy, would hoot and holler with cruel glee, their insensitive cheers fueling the degrading spectacle as Hermon, his small body trembling with fear and exhaustion, was paraded around. His once bright, innocent eyes, the windows to a playful and curious soul, were now perpetually dull with a deep-seated weariness, reflecting the profound misery of his young days. His usually spirited and energetic nature was constantly weighed down, not just by the heavy, ornate saddle he was forced to wear, but by the invisible chains of his captivity and the emotional toll of the abuse he endured. That saddle, far from being a decorative piece, was a constant chafing reminder of his lack of freedom and the indignity he was subjected to day after day. Then, like a sudden crack of thunder in a seemingly endless storm, everything changed. One particular night, amidst the usual haze of cigarette smoke and drunken shouts, a different kind of tension began to ripple through the crowd. Suddenly, the blaring music cut out, replaced by the sharp, authoritative shouts of "Policía, FBI!" Uniformed officers, a mix of grim-faced Mexican police and stern-faced FBI agents, swarmed into the establishment. It was a coordinated raid, swift and decisive, cutting through the layers of noise and confusion to liberate Hermon from his misery. The flashing lights of emergency vehicles pulsed outside, illuminating the chaos as the operation unfolded. It was a truly dramatic escape, a lifeline of hope thrown to a creature who had known nothing but relentless exploitation and degradation. He was carefully transported across borders, away from the harsh desert landscape and the oppressive atmosphere of Tijuana.